Hey everybody, I'm Brandon. You're watching ADHD Game Dev Channel. So cool to have you. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for being here. We have a lot of new subscribers and I am so thrilled and delighted. Honored to have you here. Thank you. Let's jump into it. What are we working on? I am working on this game. If you subscribed lately, if you've been around here, this is my current hobby horse of a project called Project Tiny, where I am building a tiny world. Technically you're really tiny and the world is normal sized. So yeah, last time what I did was I went round and round, and what I called, if you follow my community posts, this is what I refer to as lateral progress, where I find a zillion different ways to do something wrong until I come up with something that works. So I worked on this pine bark over and over and over and over and over and over. I had a photograph of pine bark that I had taken, and I spent a lot of time on it. And then I finally realized that just grabbing the texture from this fallen log actually looked really nice on these trees. Yeah, that took me about 5 minutes instead of, I don't know, the hour I had spent working on it otherwise, because, you got to figure out ways to not do things. The other thing that I did was I was working on a bit of a day-night cycle. Let's run the game, and I'll show you the other stuff in a second. Do you want to run the game now? We'll run the game now. Let's just do that. We'll show also rocks. I was doing a procedural system that was allowing moss to be placed onto the top of it. That's working pretty well. I was working with some of the settings on it, and I got it to a point where I was fairly happy with it. It was doing what it's supposed to be doing. Now, it might not have the exact look that I wanted it to have, but it was getting into the ballpark. And so what I've been doing is trying to make sure that I don't hyperfixate on stuff. I don't want to hyperfixate on stuff to the point that I don't get anything done. So there you go. There you see the moss in person. I'm going to add a normal map to it, so it'll add some bump to it. This is pretty good. I'll link to the tutorial that I followed, but I didn't go through the whole tutorial. He also had a link to just a copy paste of a shader, so I didn't go through through the whole system of linking it all up and making it in the, like the blueprints type system. I just copied and pasted the shader and mixed it in. So this one's all right. My code that I added to it was supposed to add some procedural noise, but it winds up with these sharp edges to the noise, and I don't know why. So I haven't worked that out yet, but I'll get around to it. But the point is, I was able to grab a shader and add it on here and start working on it. And right now, we've also got the light is kind of in a sunrise kind of a light. The code for that is running. All it's doing is spinning. It's just spinning. I probably have I've got a, I hit it. I have a cube in the sky that actually spins, and you can see the shadows tracing up the tree right there. So I'm probably going to change that out, but the point right now is progress, not perfection. And my personal mantra that I'll share with you, I was going to keep this my own little secret, but my personal mantra is move fast and make things. Why would I want to keep that a secret? I don't know, but I like having my secrets. Move fast and make things. There's a saying, move fast and break things. So in my case, I said that it's move fast and make things. So yeah, working pretty well here. This moss is all right. The default shader doesn't have that cloud, that noise texture on it. It just fades. So I kind of wanted to add a little something to it. But here you can see the log, the fallen log. Yeah, I haven't worked on that yet to fix that glitch. But I took that and added it to the trees. Now, if you really focus on something like that, you just sort of stare at it for too long and that's all you can see. But if you watch my video called Stop Painting the Rocks, it's a really good one to remember. And I like that video a lot because it reminds me that I got to stop hyperfixating on things and I need to just get moving. And it's a lot better to start making progress instead of hyperfixating on something. There we go. Isn't this fun though? So I think with the light, even though I'm not finished, happy with the light, I think that there's something going on here as far as just adding some life to the world and starting to wake it up a little bit more. We want to mess with the ground as well. Right now I've just got the one texture on it, so I want to go ahead and add some more Yeah, some more dimensionality to it. So we don't want to have just the one texture. I had progress on the rocks, as you saw, so I figured, hey, if I can make progress on that, I can make progress on this. So whether I keep this exact texture or not, I don't know. I like it pretty well, though. I like it pretty well. I might just keep it for the ground, but I kind of want to have pebbles and rocks in here. I tried the decals. I'm going to get out of this now. I tried working on the decals system, and okay, so decals in Godot are like a stamp, and they worked really well when I put it down on an absolutely flat surface. But when I tried to stamp moss onto this, it was going crazy. But so yeah, it's got to be really, really flat surface to work correctly. So I don't know. That was what I called lateral progress. But the bushes are pretty. I like that. I like the bushes. And I said I was going to look at the rocks, didn't I? Let's look at the rocks. Boop boop boop. You know what's funny? In my video, I just referenced stop painting the rocks. I've spent a lot of time painting this rock. Okay, it wasn't that long. It wasn't that long. But anyway, this is the mix shader from Casper Arnklit Fransen. Yeah, so he put that in there, and I added in. I didn't write it. I can't write, but I added in noise to it and fractal noise to it. So we've got this fractal noise. So I think that's probably not doing exactly what I want it to. But what this does is it allows you to take the albedo of two different items and mix them together. So originally I just had the rock that I exported out of Blender, and we had this cool design to it, and then I just threw on this moss. Okay. I need to remind you of something, by the way. If you get into a tutorial or me talking about it or anybody else talking about it, and it feels like over my head, I'm going to go to camera for this. You don't have to follow somebody else's path. You can move at your own speed and follow your own path. I decided that I wanted to add something to these rocks and bring them a little bit more liveliness. And so I decided to go and figure out a way to do it. What I figured out was using this mix shader was a good way to do it, to start adding 2 layers of texture based on a coordinate. It like says, this is the top, and it's going to add snow or moss or whatever you want to have from a top-down thing. Okay, I can't write that. That's out of my league, but somebody else already did it. So I can follow their instructions and implement it and figure it out. But you don't have to. If all you want to do is put in a gray, smushy looking thing, and you're happy with that, that's fine. That's fine. You need to follow your own path. I just wanted to encourage you in that, so that if you see me doing something and you think, oh, I can't do that, that's okay. You don't have to. You totally don't have to. Yeah, somebody needed that today, didn't they? So we can take this noise that I added in, and it's now a value that we can tweak. So that's cool, isn't it? Isn't that cool? I like that. So I'm gonna go make I keep wanting to say UV, a normal map. I can talk good. We're gonna make a normal, which is going to let us do what's called a bump map for it, so that this will have some more dimensionality to the whole thing. Something in my fractal, I think, is doing these edges there, because it's going, yeah, it's not, I thought originally it was the rock, but it's not. It's actually in the fractal. So there's something in here that I need to learn that I haven't learned yet about how those work. So we'll figure that out too. What was the other thing we were looking at? Oh, right, the world, the light. All I did was I added a sun light, and I added a moon light in here. So we got that moon and the sun, and they're on this 3D node. So they're just mapped to a parent. And I added I added in the sunstone. I added that so that I can actually see that it's spinning like it's supposed to. So it's funny. I look up and I see this spinning cube in the sky. We're like, oh, that's normal, but that's debugging. So the script for that was it just made it spin is all it did. It's not even very long. I can't write this stuff myself. I need help writing things. But I am getting to where I can start to understand the code. So little bit what we call progress, not perfection. So maybe that's the title for the video today, is progress, not perfection. So I encourage you to keep moving along at your own speed and do what you can, and don't try to compare yourself to what somebody else can do, but only worry about how much you think you can do. So all of this is starting to really come together, and this I call this world the template space. But it's actually quickly turning into what I call zone 1 of the game. And what I'm going to do is, as we get out, this will make sense if you were playing the game. Oh, look at that moss on there. This is the ADHD Game Dev channel, by the way. So there's the moss texture on this rock. Oh, that's fun, isn't it? That's fun. I'll save this. It'll probably update the rock. I might regret this. So when we go over to the template, yeah, there we go. Back into the template world, this allows me to come on here and paint in with, so I'm combining stuff. So I've got that moss mixed shader mixed in with the simple grass, same thing that's making this grass work. The simple grass is making this moss available, so I can paint onto it. I didn't like having the moss directly on the gray rock. That's what started this whole adventure, trying to find this mix shader. So that's cool. But anyway, back to my other point. After you come around and you explore zone 1 around this little waterway, and you'll be able to come up over this rock and come down this gully. And from the original area, you couldn't come up this rock. This little rock. Oh, it looks so good with the moss, you guys. Oh my gosh. Woo, I get excited. You couldn't get up this rock here because it's too high to jump up. But when you come back around, this will open up the next zone. This is going to be the next zone I'm going to work on. Right now, we just see some fallen tree branches. Okay, yeah. So that's going to be cool. We're going to get down into here and have some more adventures. Oh, it's good. I'm happy. I'm happy with this. Oh, look at the way the world just wakes up. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm happy. I'm happy because I am able to get in here and make things that look pretty, and it makes me happy, and I feel like I can come and run around and play in my own little world, and if I like something, I leave it, and if it feels like it's too much for me, then I don't worry about it, and if I feel like, okay, now's the time, I'm going to go ahead and tackle that thing that's been bothering me, well, I go ahead and I try to tackle it, and if it's too much, I'm like, okay, that's fine, we'll take a pause, and we're making lateral progress. I found a dozen ways to not do something today, but that's fine. And we'll make progress as we're able to. So I hope that you will continue to follow your own path and do what you're able to, and not try to compare yourself to somebody else, including me. I hope that you can do even better than me. But that's all for today. I will see you around. Thank you for being here, and I hope that you will be awesome today. Bye, everybody.